Oh, I'm going to tell you something. I've learned a lot in life in the last few years. I mean, of course, in the past 23 years, I've learned a lot. But I've learned a heck of a lot in the last few years. And if I had to pick the greatest thing that I've learned, well, one of the greatest things at least, there's a lot, but if I had to choose one of the greatest, kind of like most important things that I've learned in the past few years, maybe 5 years, just since adulthood at least, since, growing up into a man, I've learned that a man's greatest struggle, because this kind of struggle isn't just like one singular struggle. It's one struggle that leads to all kinds of different struggles and problems and hard times, a lot of which might actually be unnecessary. A lot of the hard times we've gone through is simply our fault. Not because God wanted to test us, not because we had to learn this lesson, but because it's our fault. And that's how powerful our greatest struggle is. And that is simply, ever so simply, our own mind. That's it. Our own mind. How many times has your own mind got you down about life? Got you depressed? Got you anxious, stressed, worried over nothing? How many times has your own mind convinced you to give up, or to quit, or to turn back when you should have kept moving forward, or to skip that workout when you know that you should have gone, to end that workout early when you know that you should have finished it, to overthink that your girlfriend is cheating on you when in reality nothing was happening in the first place. She was just busy and not responding for a little while. How many times has your own mind completely and utterly destroyed you? Because if I had to count for myself, more times than more times in a week than I can bear to count. So imagine how many times over these past years, and this isn't just, this is so many men around the world, bro. So many of us, we get in our own head. So many of us become depressed because we think that there's something wrong with us. We become depressed because we allow ourselves, our own mind, to dig us down that dark hole. We become anxious and stressed and worried over things that there is nothing to stress and worry over. We convince ourselves that our girlfriend is cheating on us. We convince ourselves to skip that workout because, I'm not feeling it today, I'll just end it early. And then what happens when all these things happen? What happens when you come to realize a day, a week, a month later that you stressed over nothing? That you stayed up all night worrying over nothing? That you convince yourself that your girlfriend was cheating on you or going behind your back and nothing was ever happening? How many times have you regretted skipping that workout or ending that workout early? How many times have you realized the damage that you've done to yourself? Isn't that crazy, man? Ain't that something that our own minds, yes, life causes us pain, bro. Yes, we go through hard times, we go through struggles, we go through pain, but we also go through so many good things. We also have a lot of good memories. We also have a lot of good times, even if our good times are as simple as a walk alone. Because that's been some of my best times, is just when I do something as simple as taking a walk alone. Most is so peaceful, no drama, no nothing, just me and my own, just me and God and the world around me. But yet we convince ourselves that these things are bad, or that we actually don't have that many great memories, or that life isn't all that great, and then we feel guilty about saying that because we realize that other people are in a worse position. There's just so many things that we allowed our own minds to do to ourselves that has destroyed us. And that's why, if you listen to, there's a song called "The Search" by NF. So good, bro. One of the greatest lines I've ever heard from any song is, and he says this: "The point I'm making is the mind is a powerful place, and what you feed it can affect you in a powerful way." Pretty cool, right? Yeah, but it's not always safe. Hang with me, so only take a moment, okay? Think about it for a second. If you look at your face every day when you get up and think you'll never be great, you'll never be great. Not because you're not, but the hate will always find a way to cut you up and murder your faith. Like if you just listen to that line over and over until it finally hits, the mind is so strong, man. The mind is so strong, and that's why we have to be very careful about what we decide to feed it, what we decide to consume and listen to, what we decide is actually true. Because sometimes we believe the lies that we tell ourselves. Sometimes we hear people say things and it sounds true, it sounds convincing, come to realize that it was never true and it actually just made your life more miserable. It's our own minds that has convinced people to turn on each other and to hate each other, to turn the world against each other and to hate each other, to have countries go to war, to have, best friends split apart, girlfriend and boyfriend break up, go from being a super hard worker and having a lot of goals to just being downright miserable and depressed in our own bed. And sure, are there contributors and factors in life that enhances your own mind? Absolutely. If you go through a really hard time in life, like, someone that you love passes away, of course, that's gonna make it, that's gonna make it a lot easier for you just to want to kind of sit in your bed and just like, not do your workout or not get up, because you're down, bro, you're down. But at the same time, it's also your own mind. If the mind was never a thing, like, everyone would just be robots, and everyone would just be robots. Jeez. But at the same time, there would also be like no human thoughts or emotions. So at the same time, like, it definitely wouldn't be a good thing, all of us being robots. I'm definitely grateful that we have been blessed with like minds and feelings and thoughts and all that stuff, and like our own unique personalities and all. Absolutely, bro. I would never want to take that away. But what I am saying is that our own minds can either be the thing that builds us and pushes us forth in life and keeps us moving forward and builds us into these great men, or it can be the very thing that destroys us externally, internally. It can be the very thing that takes us down and keeps us down. And it's funny because a lot of us think to ourselves that we're not really in control. Oh, I feel this way. I'm not in control of my feelings. Oh, I'm thinking this way. I'm not in control of my thoughts. And that's where people are wrong. Sure, you might not be able to control how you feel. Like if you feel stressed or anxious, sure, you might not be able to, you can't just make yourself feel unstressed or unanxious, But what you can do is take control of it. Let the feeling be there, man. Let it all be there. And just remember what the truth is that most of the things that we worry about don't end up happening. And even the things that we do worry about that end up happening, okay, we always get through it, don't we? We always get through it. God always helps us through it. When we're feeling down in the dumps, of course there can be a lot of reasons for that, but sometimes we convince ourselves that we're actually depressed when in reality we're just having a rough day. But depression's like a whole different thing, right? And when we continue just to find every reason to be down about life, even when there's every reason to be happy, we're the ones that lead ourselves into a state of depression, not life. When we convince ourselves that something bad is going to happen, we're always going to be anxious, even if everything is going good, bro. And then what happens when you're anxious is when you're anxious and stressed and nervous, you can't think clearly. Then you start making bad decisions and doing stupid things, which actually leads to something bad happening. Isn't that interesting? Because how many bad decisions have you made because you were anxious or stressed or worried? How many stupid things have you said to people that you love, or even just to your own self, all because you were anxious or stressed or angry or whatever? When we're angry and ticked off at life, we convince ourselves that like, oh, life sucks and everything's against me and it's these people's fault. And in reality, bro, it's just like, okay, something unfortunate happened. It happens in life. But instead of dealing with our emotions in a healthy way, we decide just to take it out on others, take it out on ourselves. The mind is so flippin' powerful, man. It's crazy. It still blows my own mind how powerful my mind is, But that's why we got to be careful what we decide to feed our minds, the things that we decide to consume, the people that we decide to listen to and believe, because it's our environment and our surroundings that also contribute to building our mind, along with deciding whether we're going to believe our own intrusive thoughts or not. Like the amount of stupid things I've said when I'm angry is ridiculous, but ever since I learned to take control of that anger, it doesn't mean I don't feel it, but it means that when I'm feeling ticked off, angry, Sometimes I'll just walk away from a conversation just to prevent myself from saying things that I regret later. I'll go on a run, I'll go do a hardcore workout, or burn off that steam, and then yeah, I'll still feel angry at whatever, and if someone caused me to feel angry, but at least I'll be in a calmer state. I'll still feel angry, but at least I'll be calmer and be thinking more clearly because I burned off that steam, And if it's something in life that caused me to be angry, then at least I'll be calmer to kind of just like think about it and figure out how to fix this thing, right? Versus when I'm just angry and ticked off, like, your mind's running all over the place. There's even like a statistic that says, when you're angry, your IQ drops by a lot. So, no matter what you're feeling or how things are going in your life or what's going on, we still have the power to control our own mind. Sure, we might not be able to control exactly how we feel at certain times or moments or take away our own feelings. That's not the point, man. We should feel out whatever feelings we have, man, whatever emotions we have, we should be feeling those things out. Don't try to like bottle them up or throw them away because it's just going to come back and explode. But simply let them be there, and then don't allow your emotions to take control of your decisions. Let the feelings be there. Let it run through you, man. Feel it out. But also don't let it run you. You decide to make the decisions based off what's smartest, not based off how you feel. Handle those emotions in a healthy way. Go on a run or go do a workout when you're feeling ticked off, and then figure out the problem when you burn off that steam. When you're feeling anxious or stressed or worried, you got to ask yourself, man, is there really a reason to feel this way? Or am I just believing my own intrusive thoughts that aren't even true? And if I am feeling this way, then how can I fix it? When I'm feeling down in the dumps, man, instead of just like engaging with those intrusive thoughts and thinking that life is all terrible, I ask myself, why am I feeling this way? Of course I let myself feel it, but why am I feeling this way? And how can I fix it? Or maybe time is the best healer if it's something tragic that happened, right? Like a loved one passed away, okay, time's the best healer, right? You can't really fix it, you can't bring them back to life, but you can allow time to pass and live the kind of life that that person will want you to live. You know what I mean? So things like this, man, things like this. When I'm angry or ticked off at someone, should I just go up to them and yell at them and call them names and swear at them and just say stupid things that I'm gonna regret later? Absolutely not, man. In fact, if I'm really feeling that ticked off, I need to go on a run or a workout before I talk to this person. I need to walk away from the conversation. Not to be a rude or a jerk, but so I don't be rude or a jerk, right? It's all about that. And even with our own lives, man, hey, is there something deep down inside that I know I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm letting my mind convince me not to do it because I'm scared, because I'm nervous, because I don't think I can succeed? Even though I'm thinking these things, there's still that thing that I know I should be doing that thing. Even though I think to myself, I can't succeed, or it's gonna be really hard, I don't even know if I will. I don't know if people will laugh at me or if they'll like if I do this or not. But deep down inside, if I know I need to do something, forget all those thoughts. Those are just intrusive thoughts that are trying to make me back out of doing what I know I need to do, what God put in me to do, what's in my heart and soul that I need to do, right? I'm feeling lazy today, man. My mind's convincing me, hey, just stay home, take a rest day, it's fine. But no, bro. I'm not, like, there's no reason to take a rest day just because I feel a little bit lazy. And you know what's funny? A lot of the times when I actually look at what I'm thinking or feeling, right? Such as, oh, well, this is weird. Again, such as the times where I think to myself, yeah, I'm feeling lazy, I'm feeling tired, I'll just take a rest day. But then I decide, no, that's not the smartest decision. Sure, I may feel lazy and tired, but it's not a smart decision to just sit around being lazy. That's not what I'm here to do. And then I go against that and I just go do a workout regardless of how I feel. I actually feel even better after doing that workout. And like this morning, I did not feel like doing that workout. Well, that you're gonna be seeing very soon here. I'm gonna be real with you. I did not feel like doing that workout. But I did, and I pushed as hard as I could, bro. And sure, it might not have been as great of a workout as if I was completely energized, like, let's go, right, ready to get this thing going. I did not feel motivated. I felt tired. I felt lazy, but I still pushed as hard as I could, and I have no regrets. In fact, I actually feel better than the times where I've skipped my workouts because I decided to sit in my bed. I feel better by doing that because I know that's the smartest decision to do. That's the right decision. That's the thing that I need to do. That's the right decision. That's the bottom line, man. Have your feelings, have your thoughts, have emotions. Feel them out, bro. Don't try to bottle them up. Don't try to act like they're not there. Don't try to toss them away. Feel them out. The intrusive thoughts that go through your mind, let them run through, man. Don't try to act like they're not there. Like acknowledge all these things, because when you acknowledge it and you acknowledge your feelings and emotions, you acknowledge your intrusive thoughts, then you can actually think clearly to decide whether they're true or if they're false, whether you should believe them or not, whether you should, listen to them or not. And there are some feelings and emotions, like when you get that gut feeling like you shouldn't be somewhere or shouldn't be doing something. Yeah, man, listen to that stuff, right? When you get that feeling of fear, but it's actually a legitimate reason, like, I don't know, if you're, if you're going in like a dangerous part of town or something, but yet you don't need to go there, you just want to like screw around there or something, and you get this feeling of fear, yeah, man, listen to that feeling of fear, because it's a smart decision telling you, hey, I shouldn't be here, I shouldn't be doing this. But if you get a feeling of fear of starting a new job or something, but it's something that you know that you need to do, then you gotta just go do it, even though you're afraid. So the bottom line is that have those feelings, have those thoughts and emotions, have those intrusive thoughts, have everything. Let everything just run, bro. Just let it all run, let it all be there. But also decide, what am I gonna listen to and what am I not gonna listen to? What am I going to, am I going to listen to this fear because it's legitimate, because my fear is actually trying to save me from something bad? Or am I going to not listen to this fear because I know that I need to do this thing even though I'm afraid? I know that this is something that I need to do, right? I feel lazy today, so maybe I shouldn't work out. That's what the intrusive thought tells you. That's what the feelings tell you. But is that the smart decision? No, it's not. That's the bottom line, man. Let all the feelings, emotions, thoughts be there. Let it all be there. But you decide what you're going to listen to and what you're not. You decide, how am I going to handle these emotions and thoughts in a healthy way? Am I going to go do a workout to burn off that anger? Am I just going to let the feelings and emotions just pass and just do what I need to do, right? You decide how you're going to handle them and do it in a healthy and smart way. Because our mind only becomes our biggest struggle and our biggest enemy if we let it control us. But when we take control of it and have that self-control, that's when it can become our greatest weapon and our greatest strength. Don't forget that. This being said, check it out. Got a new car. Beautiful. Love this beauty. Very grateful for that. And this is gonna be the new ride now. So hey, in case you haven't noticed yet, that I'm back in the car finally. So this is gonna be my new ride from now on. Very grateful for this. I'm glad for this. And even about that old car too. At first I was kind of thinking to myself, like, God, I prayed you to let this thing last me, until at least next year. Why did you not answer it? But when I came to realize all the other things that were wrong with it too, and all the other things that needed to be fixed, I'm actually kind of glad that it died when it did, because I was thinking about like fixing all these things, but I just come to realize not too long ago that even though the other car died, I'm like, there was so much wrong with it. I would have had to invest thousands just to fix it anyway. So, and not to even say that it would last much longer anyway, because it had like over 100,000 miles in it. So like, hey, maybe God decided, hey, I know you wanted that car to last, but hey, maybe I'm doing you a favor here, not to try to speak for him or anything, but what I am saying is that regardless of what happened, I am grateful with where I'm at now and with what I got. So in the end, that's all that really matters. And yeah, man, hey, it's not some super luxury vehicle, but you know what? It's more than I deserve. That's what I will say. Not even just the car, but this life, everything about this life, the places I've gone, it's more than I deserve. So I'm grateful for it, man. I'm very grateful. Don't forget to thank God for what you got, because in reality, a lot of us have a lot more than we deserve, But before this gets into a whole nother talk here, here's the workout footage I took. I actually just went and did my workout first thing, before the talk. But yeah, here's the workout footage, and then I'll see you after that too. I will definitely say another great workout down in the book. Yeah, that was a killer arm workout. And, since I separated the muscle groups, honestly, I think whether you do push-pull legs, whether you split them all up each day, like chest, back, shoulders, arms, legs, however you want your routine to be, honestly, like, I think they all work great. It really just depends on your schedule and I guess how much you want to hit each group, because each group, yeah, should be hit evenly, because if you're hitting chest, 3 times a week, you're hitting legs once, what do you think's going to happen? You're going to come out with, a big old fat chest and some little tiny legs, and it's just going to be off. Trust me, take it from someone who had to learn the hard way. Yeah, it sounds great at first, like, oh, legs, screw legs don't matter. And then one day you look at yourself and you're like, bro, I wish I just worked out legs, So, I mean, at the end of the day, your routine's really up to you. Honestly, if you're hitting everything evenly and you're getting everything in during the week, your routine works with your schedule, and it's something that you genuinely enjoy, it's like, hey man, go for it. I think the push-pull legs is for someone that wants to just do a workout 3 times a week. I think the chest, back, shoulder, arms, legs, is for someone that wants to do, a workout each day of the week. I think upper body, lower body split, someone that wants to only work out a couple days, maybe like a super, like I'm really darn busy, don't get me wrong, but I mean, maybe like a super extra, like someone that's working 80 hours a week or something. Again, it's all up to you how you want to throw your routine together. And even if you don't get a workout in one day, it doesn't mean you should just be lazy that day. I mean, still get out, still like stay physically active. Don't just sit around all day. You're just not doing your body any good. If we're talking about building muscle, okay, yeah, 3-day split, 2-day split, 5-day split, however you want to do it. But either way, you should still be physically active throughout each of the day. Just because, getting your body moving, getting your heart pumping, your blood flowing, like, this is just the stuff that we just got to do, like us humans were born to move, and yeah, of course, we need our rest too, but too much rest becomes laziness, whereas too much work becomes like, I don't know, overworking. That becomes burnout. Yeah, there you go. Too much work becomes burnout. Too much rest becomes laziness. Don't it's about balance, man. And so there's a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, balance is stupid. It's like, it's stupid until you have too much or too little of something, and then it comes back to bite you in the butt. So again, take it from someone that's had to learn the hard way. Just trust me when I say, yeah, whatever workout split you want to do, like I just, I'm not going to sit here and tell you this one's perfect or this is the perfect way. You have to do it my way, otherwise you're going to fail. No, man, I've seen people do it the way I don't do it. I've seen people do it completely different ways, there's people that have followed a bodybuilder's routine and it's worked, and then people that have followed a bodybuilder's routine and it's just not for them. So, and then they follow a different routine and it works for them. So at the end of the day, there is no perfect routine except for the one that fits your schedule and gets you to your fitness goals. That's it. If it gets you to your fitness goals and it fits in your daily schedule or weekly schedule, however you want to, do it. If it gets you to your goals and fits in your schedule, that's good enough, man. That's good enough. And of course, you gotta fall in love with it too. But other than that, it's as simple as that. As simple as that. That's why I don't like those guys who are like, oh, you have to follow my routine, otherwise you're gonna fail. Oh no, you need to try this. See, the reason that you're failing is because you're not trying this routine. It's like, no, the reason you're failing is because, one, you're not giving your routine enough effort. That's number one. Whether it be excuses or skipping days or taking like rest days on days that are supposed to be workout days. Number two, you're not giving it your all when you actually go do your workout. You're giving it like 50%, 30%, 80%, but you're not giving it 100% each of your workouts. Or number three, you just haven't given your routine enough time to actually work. Because there's people that, oh yeah, you've been on that routine for 30 days. Well, it's clearly not doing anything. It's like, yeah, it's not going to do anything for at least a good few months, right? And the real results come after a year, 2 years, 3 years of actually doing the dang routine. So it's like, you just got to give your routine enough time to work out. Bottom line, you can do any routine that you want to. Any routine that you want to, as long as it gets you to your fitness goals and as long as it fits your daily schedule. That's all that matters. fits your daily or fits your weekly, daily schedule, however you want to look at it. You know, as long as you can show up, give it your all, every single workout, whether your workout is twice a week, 3 times a week, 4, 5, 6 times a week, as long as you put it in your, you know, routine that you can show up every single time and give it your absolute all, and whatever routine it is will help you to get to your fitness goals, which, by the way, is pretty basic, because if your fitness goals is to lose weight, well, you know, you probably shouldn't be stuffing down, you know, a bunch of garbage food and stuff like that. If your fitness goals are to build muscle, well, you know, doing a whole bunch of cardio isn't going to do that. Cardio is good. It's going to give you that definition as it burns off that fat, but you also got to have the, you know, if you want to build muscle, you got to throw in the weightlifting or the calisthenics. If you want to lose weight, you got to throw in the cardio. So it's kind of basic in that sense. So whatever your fitness goals are, you know, I'm pretty sure you can kind of figure out what you got to do to get there, whether it be cardio or weightlifting or calisthenics. You know, if you want to bulk, eat more. You want to lose some weight or cut, eat less. Like, you know, it's kind of simple, kind of common sense, whatever it is. Whatever your fitness goals are, it's kind of almost like a, you know, very basic thing that you got to do to get there. It's very basic. It's very simple. It doesn't take rocket science. The only thing that really matters is that, you know, you show up every day or every week, whatever. Hello. That's the only thing that matters, that you show up every day or every week. It's not about, you know, doing these crazy fancy exercises, or you have to do this exact routine, otherwise you're going to fail. No, man, whatever routine you have, whatever one fits with your schedule that you can show up to every single workout, and that gets you to your fitness goals. That's all that matters. Then all you got to do from there is show up every single day or week, right? Whatever it may be for you. Show up every workout, we'll say. Show up every workout, give it your absolute all, and then just be patient with the progress. Because, you know, even when you show up every time and give it your all, you're not going to just, you know, go from nothing to jacked, or, you know, fat to skinny, whatever it may be. It's not just gonna happen in the span of a month or a couple weeks or whatever. If it were that easy, everyone would be doing it, bro. No, it's gonna take minimum a few months to start seeing stuff, and then from there it's gonna take a good year, 2 years, 3 years. So you just gotta stay consistent. That's all it comes down to, man. And that's the hardest part in life, especially in today's world, where we just want everything right away. Everything's got to be given to us right away. We got to get the instant results, otherwise we fail. No, man. No, it's not how it works at all. You know, yeah, it's how it works in today's world, but that's just with technology. I mean, you want some real, like, results, real accomplishments and achievements in life. Hey, patience is always going to be your biggest what do you want to say? Your biggest asset. And if you decide that I'm going to throw away the asset because it doesn't matter anymore, well, you're only doing yourself bad. So bottom line, show up every single time, give it your all, and then just simply be patient from there. As long as you're doing those first two things, you know, patience is the easiest yet the hardest part. So that being said, that's my little, you know, post workout speech, if you will. That being said, let's read another section from the Bible, and yeah, we'll be on our way from there. So let's go jump into God's Word. All right, and we will be leaving off at Luke chapter 7. So here we go. When Jesus had finished saying all this to the people who were listening, he entered Capernaum. There a centurion servant, whom his master valued highly, was sick and about to die. The centurion heard of Jesus and sent some elders of the Jews to him, asking him to come and heal his servant. When they came to Jesus, they pleaded earnestly with him, "This man deserves to have you do this, because he loves our nation and has built our synagogue." So Jesus went with them. He was not far from the house when the centurion sent friends to say to them, "Lord, don't trouble yourself, for I do not deserve to have you come under my roof. That is why I did not even consider myself worthy to come to you. But say the word, and my servant will be healed, for I myself am a man under authority, with soldiers under me. I tell this one, go, and he goes, and that one, come, and he comes. I say to my servant, do this, and he does it." When Jesus heard this, he was amazed at him, and turning to the crowd following him, he said, "I tell you, I have not found such great faith even in Israel." Then the men who had been sent returned to the house and found the servant well. Soon afterward, Jesus went to a town called Nain, and his disciples and a large crowd went along with him. As he approached the town gate, a dead person was being carried out, the only son of his mother, and she was a widow. And a large crowd from the town was with her. When the Lord saw her, his heart went out to her, and he said, "Do not cry." Then he went up and touched the bier they were carrying him on, and the bearer stood still. He said, "Young man, I say to you, get up." The dead man sat up and began to talk, and Jesus gave him back to his mother. They were all filled with awe and praised God. "A great prophet has appeared among us," they said. "God has come to help his people." This news about Jesus spread throughout Judah and the surrounding country. John's disciples told him about all these things. Calling 2 of them, he sent them to the Lord to ask, "Are you the one who is to come, or should we expect someone else?" When the men came to Jesus, they asked, "John the Baptist sent us to you to ask, are you the one who is to come, or should we expect someone else?" At that very time, Jesus cured many who had diseases, sicknesses, and evil spirits, and gave sight to many who were blind. So he replied to the messengers, "Go back and report to John what you have seen and heard. The blind receive sight, and the blind receive sight, the lame walk, those who have leprosy are cleansed, and the deaf hear, and the dead are raised. And the good news is proclaimed to the poor. Blessed is anyone who does not stumble on account of me." After John's messengers had left, Jesus began to speak to the crowd about John. "What did you go out into the wilderness to see? A reed swayed by the wind? If not, what did you go out to see? A man dressed in fine clothes? No. Those who wear inexpensive clothes and indulge in luxury are in palaces. But what did you go out to see? A prophet? Yes, I tell you, and more than a prophet. This is the one about whom it is written, 'I will send my messenger ahead of you who will prepare your way before you.' I tell you that among those born of woman, there is no one greater than John, yet the one who is least in the kingdom of God is greater than he." All right. That being said, we'll continue off at Luke 7:29 tomorrow. So that being said, this has been it for today. And another beautiful day right down in the book here. So got our workout in, got our faith in, got our little talk in. Another day down in the book, huh? That being said, let's go become the great men we were born to be, the great masculine men we were made to be, God made us to be, and I will see you tomorrow to continue 1,000 days better. All right, see you tomorrow, man. Peace.